Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. We are from group 4 that consists of the first is Andirias David Ardafi, the second is Syarul Alkifarik, the third is saya sendiri Melinda, the fourth is Ratna S, and the last is Atifadila Samsuri. So guys, we will present to you about the result of our discussion with the material about Herringbone Technic. Herringbone Technic is one of the strategy of teaching English in the school, especially for reading skills.
Herringbone is kind of graphic organizer that is used especially to organize supporting details of various texts to the main ideas. MC9 2010. This technique employs visual diagram which presents how text supporting details in a form of WH questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how are constructed and connected to the main idea of the text. Further, Herringbone technique has proven to be effective in supporting students comprehending various genres of the text such as recount text, descriptive text, narrative text. And besides, Herringbone is also effective for the teaching reading comprehension to students with individual differences such as reading habit. Fitriani et al. 2020, Rosida and Gufron 2018. And improves student reading comprehension at all academic level, senior high school, junior high school, higher education level. Cho 2004 adds that herringbone technique is developed by its name because it resembles a fish skeleton that useful for analyzing a single idea. It contains 6 questions that help students to organize the details of the text. Who, what, when, where, why, how, and then main idea. So, Deegan 2006 mentioned the procedure of the technique or the students work in pairs. The teacher selects the narrative text and then the teacher constructs a visual diagram of the herringbone. The teacher tells the student to record the answer to the questions on the diagram. They will look for answer to. Who is the writing talking about? What did they do? When did they do it? Where did they do it? How did they do it? And then why did they do it? The student read the text to find the answer and record the answer on the diagram. Teacher shows the students how each answer fits into a slot in a main idea sentence. In the student write a main idea using the information from the herringbone diagram.
Okay, in this opportunity, I will tell you about what are the benefits that we can take from herringbone technique. The first one is herringbone techniques helps the students to think quickly, accurately, and creatively. And the second one is herringbone technique is fun to be applied in a teaching reading comprehension. The third one is students are motivated to learn and do the tasks by using herringbone techniques because of the competition therein, thus fostering the spirit to be the best. And the last one is the time used is more useful. Okay, we move to the implementation. I will tell you about the step of teaching preparation. The first step is choosing the topic. In choosing reading materials for high school students, the teachers should consider the basic competence listed in syllabus based on KTSP curriculum or other curriculum that occur. The competence is that the students have to be able to express the meaning and the information for the topic in reading analytical exposition text. The second step is preparing the media. Media can attract and motivate students in teaching and learning process. For teaching reading in class, teacher can use a picture or video related with issue that will be proposed by teacher to the student in classroom. Preparing the media can help the students to warm up or activate or active their background knowledge of the lesson. And the last step is preparing the instruction. The teacher also has to prepare the instruction before starting the lesson. The instruction can help the students to understand what they want to know from the text and what they do while read the text has been given by the teacher. The instruction also guide the students while they are reading the text, and teacher also has perspective to what information will be important in the use of the Herringbone procedure.
For next part is teaching procedure. In the pre-reading, first the teacher grades the student and then tells them the proposed and basic competence that must be achieved in the teaching and learning process. After that, the teacher divides the student in pair or small groups, and the members of the group consist of 3 students. Then the teacher introduces the Herringbone form to student. Teacher can draw the form of Herringbone on blackboard to show it for the student. Next, teachers writes down some questions on the Herringbone form that have to be answered by the student after they read the text. And while they're reading, after the pre-reading activity, students already have been divided into several pairs or groups. They already know about the Herringbone technique from the pre-reading activity. Next, teacher asks the student to do Herringbone activity in their pair or group. The topic is given by the teacher, and the student can look for another topic for every pair or group as long as it is controversial or arguable. And then for the post-reading section, the teacher can ask the student to write down the Herringbone pattern in their paper individually. After they accomplish their task, the student can show and explain to their friends about their idea in Herringbone pattern. Then the teacher can let them ends to do the Herringbone pattern individually and independently based on what they have done before to get more understanding about it.
Okay, another procedures of Herringbone technique that's cited from Bokar 2005, page 54 until 55. The first one is introduction. Select a text for students to read. The second one is showing the herringbone diagram to the student. Draw a diagram of the herringbone and then discuss the smaller bones are attached to the backbone of the fish, and then explain that they will be asked to look for information that answers the following questions like who, what, when, where, how, and why. And then reading comprehension process includes allow time for students to read the text and then give them copies of diagram, and then showing students how the information is organized around the main idea, and then formulate the main idea, and then after the students learn the procedures, they can complete the diagram. And this is how we can produce reading comprehension product of narrative text. Back to the moderator. Okay, that's the end of our presentation on learning reading strategy using Herringbone technique. Herringbone is one of the many techniques that could be used on learning reading. It also applicable not just into linguistic field, but in various expertise. Herringbone technique also an alternative to improve student understanding on feature of a text, whether it's a narrative text, procedure text, or any other text. It is suitable to any level of student because of the flexibility. After all that, Herringbone is possible to be employed in methods of teaching in any level. As the conclusion, we do highly recommend of the teacher to use this technique if they want to focus on increasing the reading ability, especially in English. And also, we would like to thank you for watching this video and apologies for many mistakes. Thanks for your attention. Wish you have a good day. The last, we say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.